In this video, we're going to show you how to diagnose a 2017 Kia Forte using a top Don Phoenix Lite scan tool. The first thing that you're going to do is press the power button on the side of your Phoenix Lite, which is then going to power up your tablet. It takes about a minute for it to wake up and launch the Phoenix Lite program. At that point, you'll go ahead and remove your OBD2 dongle, and you'll want to put it inside the vehicle. And the OBD2 location is going to be inside on the driver's side, down by the kick panel. So on this vehicle, the 2017 Forte, the OBD2 port is behind this little fuse panel here, and you can see it's right here. So you just flip your dongle into the right direction. You'll know that the vehicle has power because this thing will power up and it gets power from the vehicle's battery. And then I'll take the keys from the vehicle and I'll put the key into the on position, but I will not start the vehicle. So I'm going to set this here. Okay. I'll put the key in the on position and I'll go ahead and make sure that everything's off so we don't drain the battery while we do this. Just click Intelligent Diagnostics and it's going to connect to the VCI. It's going to read the VIN number because the key is in the on position, so the powertrain control module is going to be powered up. And then it will decode the VIN and tell me exactly what it is that's going on here. So we have here 2018 Kia Forte. I know earlier it said 2017. All you wonderful YouTube trolls can make fun of me. And I know it has a check engine light on, so I'm just going to click Diagnostics. And I'm going to let it run through its diagnostic program. And we're going to figure out what's going on with this vehicle and go from there. So this is a 16 pin, right? A 20 pin would be a different vehicle entirely. So we'll go ahead and click this. We're going to do automatically search and we're going to let it go through and see if it can detect the vehicle and everything else. Let's see. So this is telling me that I just need to do an update, which we'll do later on here today. We'll just go ahead and click USA because that's us, and I'll click OK. This is our vehicle and I can confirm that our VIN is correct by looking at the VIN sticker, which on this vehicle here, the VIN sticker has been damaged, but I can see here that it ends in 6836, and I can see here that this is 6836, so I know that everything was coded correctly. And now I'm gonna do a little health report, and it's just gonna scan through all of the modules, and it's gonna tell me which modules have any sort of fault codes. Now this is pretty standard across all of your different OBD2 scanners. What I really like about this scan tool here is that it is super lightweight, it's really easy to use, and it's got a very rugged exterior case. I'm pretty hard on small mobile devices and I've dropped this thing a bunch of times. I've been lucky where I haven't dropped it on its flat face, but when I've dropped it on its side, it has been able to survive. Also the fact that it's light and easy to use definitely helps out, and we'll go ahead and just keep letting it sort through. So one thing that's cool is because I know that I'm just focusing on the engine computer and that's what the client's asking, I can always pause it and scroll back up here to the top and look just at this. But because I want to get an overall health report of this vehicle, I'm going to go ahead and let it go all the way through all of its functions, because you can see here TPMS, BCM, it's giving us codes for that as well. So I'm going to let it go through the entire system and then I'm going to see what fault codes it gives us. And if you think this scan tool is pretty nifty and you want to pick one of these up, you can go check out our website. We actually are a dealer distributor for these, so you can buy them directly from us. And if you do buy it from us, we'll be sure to give you one free diagnostic where we'll remote access into this vehicle here and we'll tell you kind of what's going on, give you a little bit of a heads up and get you going. But be sure to smash that subscribe button because that's where we're going to be able to see how to use this scan tool and how to improve your bottom line if you're a tech or a happy hairy homeowner. So this thing's almost done here. It takes a few minutes to go through all the modules on these newer vehicles. And what's really nice is that when the report is done, it brings everything up to the top. So you can see here that I have the code for the engine control module, which is P0017. Now that's an extra zero on there, but that is saying the crankshaft, position, camshaft, correlation, bank 1, sensor 1, exhaust, right? So this vehicle is going to have probably a variable valve timing type of situation. And whenever I see a code like this, the first thing that I always do is I check the engine oil and the last time the oil was changed. Whenever you have cam or crank correlation issues, or it's a sensor issue like that, typically it's not saying that the sensor itself is bad. What it's saying is that the position correlation between bank 1 sensor 1 on the exhaust side is incorrect for what it actually wants to see. So this isn't saying I need to replace the sensor. This is saying I need to check to make sure that there's not a timing issue and there's not an oiling issue, because these vehicles use oil pressure in order to be able to actually actuate the variable valve timing. So now I'm going to put the scan tool down and I'm going to go check to see what the oil level is and see what the condition of the oil is. So when you're diagnosing a vehicle, you want to keep it as simple as possible. The first thing that I'm going to check, because I know that that camshaft correlation code is related to oiling most of the times, I'm going to check to make sure that the mileage that is on here and the mileage that's on the sticker are going to correlate. So this says the mile is due at 79,000 miles and this is at 80,000 miles, 314. So I'm just going to go ahead, reach over here on the driver's side of the footwell and just pop the hood, and now I'm going to check the oil level and the quality of that oil. Now to pop your hood on your vehicle, you're just going to see the Kia emblem and you're going to put your hand to the right of the Kia emblem, insert your hand with the hood popped, and you're just going to go to the left and you'll see that there's going to be a little black latch here. This is the little handle that you're moving, which is your safety for this hood latch here. Once you have it all the way up, you can reach over to the passenger side. You can grab your hood prop rod, pull that out, and you're just going to go ahead and sink this guy right here. At this point, we can go ahead and start inspecting and looking at the vehicle. So the first thing that I do is I'm just going to pull the engine oil dipstick out and I wipe it clean. The reason you want to wipe it clean is you want to be able to stick it right back in there and check it. If the engine has been running, you will not get an accurate reading. You want to do this on as level a surface as possible to give you the most accurate reading. So if I look at this engine oil here, so the oil looks as if it is overfilled, but don't be fooled, that's because I'm not on a perfectly flat surface. So this probably is adequately filled, but you can see here that the oil is past its prime. It's dirty, it's thinned out, and you can see here, this is not the color that you want to see. So this thing is definitely due for its maintenance on its oil change, and we'll go ahead and do that as well. So now what I'm going to do is just put this vehicle back together, and I'm going to wipe up any oil materials that I have. And I'm just going to do a physical inspection underneath this cap. And this cap just comes out with a couple of grommets. And you can see here on the bottom, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. And these coincide with the spaces, one here, and these are little ball sockets. So that's what's going on here. These are little ball sockets that hold this on. Now, you're going to be looking at your vehicle at this point, and you're going to have your intake side and you're going to have your exhaust side. Now, here are your ignition coils, and we're just going to follow and see where we have our cam sensors. So this is going to be one sensor here, and this is going to be the other sensor here. And what these sensors do is these sensors read a reluctor wheel of sorts on the end of the camshaft, and as the camshaft is spinning, it's able to detect and look and see what's going on with the actual timing. All right, now these vehicles are notorious for having timing chain concerns. They're also notorious for having gear actuator issues with the variable valve timing, and there's a dowel pin that fails. Now, most of the time when you have an issue with this, it's an oiling issue. The oil is bad, or it hasn't been taken care of properly. Whatever the reason is, the oil is not in the proper specification, or the passages are blocked from not doing proper intervals. So if we wanted to test this, what we would do is we would remove the valve cover and we would check to make sure that the timing chain is properly tight by putting a wrench on each camshaft. Or what we could do is we could remove the camshaft actuator solenoids, or the OCV valves, and we could do a momentary test where we test for, we put power and ground through them momentarily to make sure that they open and they close to their full potential. But I don't want to go that far because the scan tool is going to help us out just a little bit more. So I'm just going to go ahead to the engine control module, and I'm just going to go ahead and click enter. I'm going to click enter. Another really cool feature about this scan tool is that in the upper right hand corner it tells you what the voltage is. So if this drops below 12.2, you're going to want to do something about it. So we'll go ahead here and we can do an actuation test, and we can check here to see if we're going to have the ability to look at the oil control valve for the exhaust bank. Boom, here you go. So here you go, here you see duration until stop button, conditions, ignition on, engine off, press start button if you're ready. So we're gonna press start. And we can hear it clicking audibly inside the engine. So we know that the valve is actually working. So I'm gonna be quiet and you guys are gonna listen closer to the engine to hear the clicking of the OCV valve. Now I just pressed stop on the scan tool, so we'll come back here to the scan tool. Now we know that that is clicking and engaging, so I'm gonna come back here and I'm gonna see if we can do the oil control valve for the intake side. So now we have oil control valve for intake. I'm gonna click this, and I'm gonna press start again, and I'm gonna listen to see if it sounds exactly the same. So now I press start, and it sounds just about exactly the same. We have a plane flying overhead, but we're gonna go ahead and stop real quick, wait for that plane to go by, and then let you listen and compare. And that's the intake side OCV valve. And what that's allowing us to do is to test the valves to see if they're working. We know that they're working, we know that we're hearing them. So already this scan tool has allowed us to not only test the valves, but to also test it well without removing the actual valve. Most of the time you have to remove the valve and bench test it, but if you hear it audibly clicking, then you know that it's actually moving. If it wasn't working and there was no clicking, then you would know that it's not working and it's gummed up and it's not gonna be able to do it. Now we don't know if the passages are blocked at this point. That is very possible, but most likely we're dealing with a timing chain issue or poor oil quality. So after having a conversation with the client and the owner of this vehicle, he informed us that this check engine light was on since before the last time the oil change was done. And he did an extended oil change interval and was way over and did not make sure that he had the proper oil level or the proper quality of oil that was in there. So the next step that we're going to do to this vehicle, and we're going to just do a engine oil change. If you want to see how to do an engine oil change on a 2018 Forte, you can go ahead and hit that subscribe button and we'll have that video up for you guys here pretty shortly. But if you want to see more videos about the top Don Phoenix Lite, or you want to buy one, check out RevitAuto.com, go to our shop, you can buy some merch or you can buy a scan tool. We'll ship it out to you and we will be giving you guys one free diagnostic where we remote log into your scan tool on your vehicle and give you guys a quick tip on how to fix your car. I'm Blair with RevitAuto, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more videos, smash that subscribe button, and as always, happy motoring.